Terrel Bernard proved that he's more than just a matchup coverage linebacker, coming away with 2 sacks, 7 total tackles, and 1 interception versus the Commanders. Let's take a look at Bernard's game film to study his top plays in this Sean McDermott-led defense. Hey Bills Mafia, welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. We're going to get into the game film study review of Terrel Bernard, his run support, his pass coverage ability, his blitzing, just getting involved, even his fumble recovery and interception. This play, we're going to see the relentless attitude of Terrel Bernard coming in, actually laying a shoulder on that tight end, reading the play very well that it's a run, knows that he's getting blocked. I mean, very good design play by the Commanders, but ultimately sheds the block, still pursues on the play, and helps Jordan Poyer bring him down. As the ball gets snapped, look how fast he reads this. You know, whether it was play study or just doing some game study over the week, it's like he knew this run was coming. And he ends up seeing the tight end, putting his hat right on that tight end, and then coming back. First play of the game, we see Terrel Bernard in run support. Here, we're going to see him as a matchup coverage linebacker. The ball gets completed, but he is right there right away, and also, again, showing that relentless attitude at the end of the play. You can really see how close he is on this play. I mean, the ball was just caught, you know, and he's right there with a little bit better technique. He could have actually maybe made a play on this. Instead, he opts for a very, very sound tackle here, and you could see it, just a very sound tackle, and he slams them to the dirt. TB is reading these offensive running plays like a running back himself, reading that offensive line, seeing the hole, seeing the crease, getting in there and just grabbing the grass and filling up that hole. This is about clogging things up, and you could see it. Look at the hole. You know, Brian Robinson is seeing that hole right there. Washington has got it blocked up with all those offensive linemen. TB comes in, gets his hands, and falls to the ground purposefully to clog up that space. You could see him laying out, clogging up that space, bouncing him further to the outside where the traffic is, and Bills bottle him up. RPO by the Commanders. You're going to see how fast Terrel Bernard reads this. TB comes in, reads that it's a run, sees the tight end. He's got to take on that tight end block, and what's he do? He takes it on and throws him to the ground. Sheds the block, chases down Howell, the quarterback, and sacks him, gets his first sack of the game, and puts him through the dishwasher here and slams him to the ground. There's a continuation of his relentlessness here, and now in pass coverage, and you're just going to see how well he does in pass coverage. Bam! See ya! Robbed, Moss, whatever you want to call it, TB. We have not had this for a middle linebacker in the McDermott era. A matchup coverage linebacker who is seemingly proving both, that he can do both in this game, blitzing, getting sacks, doing a little bit of everything, and this, a matchup linebacker, Terrel Bernard, coming down with it. Let's watch it again here, and you're going to see how fluid he is in his back pedal, how much ground he covers in his back pedal, and look at his eyes. He's looking right at Howell right now. I mean, his eyes are looking right at Howell's head. So he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on, and this is what we mean about instincts, about feel, about having a knack for the football. And he just finds himself right in the right place at the right exact time, comes down with the catch. Here's another running play by the Commanders. We're going to see Terrel Bernard actually lined up pretty much over the left guard. And what happens is Terrel Bernard makes a hop step, comes all the way over to here, and ultimately clogs up the hole. The ball gets snapped. Watch how fast Terrel Bernard moves all the way over, closes that gap. He's right in the right place. Here we're going to see Terrel Bernard's second sack of the day, and a great blitz by Sean McDermott sending Milano and Terrel Bernard. Terrel Bernard running right off Milano, sneaking right in there. So much speed and bringing Howell down. As that linebacker, you really have to feel things out. You really have to have a feel, and you have to read it really well. And see how tight he is? He reads that hole and comes right in and makes a sack. So you could talk about being a coverage linebacker all you want, but he is truly a great blitzer. The very next defensive play, we're going to have Terrel Bernard blitz again, but instead of just blitzing straight in, he stunts and loops around. So he initially steps forward and then loops around and comes in. Ball gets snapped. Terrel Bernard reads it, puts his foot in the ground, hops over, and then tries to get another running play by the Commanders. Watch him read this like a running back. I mean, he reads this. You got to read the offensive line. He sees where the hole is, contorts his body right in that hole, sits right in there and makes the tackle. You play it in real time too and just see how well he does. He fits right in and bam, goes right down. Crucial situation in the game where the Commanders were about to score. Terrel Bernard in pass coverage ends up reading the tight end, and his route stops right there. He actually catches it, but he's there to make the tackle. You know, that tight end stops fairly quick too. 85 pushes off really Matt Milano, stops. Terrel Bernard reads it and makes an adjustment and actually makes a great tackle. Here's the 4th down stand by the Buffalo Bills versus the Commanders. They go play action. Terrel Bernard reads it very, very well. Actually sees the crossing player, the Washington Commander. Howell throws to him, and you're going to see Terrel Bernard just in great, great pass coverage there. And I really think Howell saw Bernard, and he just decided to throw it where he did because he had him covered. And Milano's there too. We're going to see another blitz by Bernard. So McDermott trusting that Bernard could blitz. I mean, he does get blocked, but the whole fact of the matter is that he is blitzing. Terrel Bernard almost had 2 fumble recoveries in this game. We're going to see a pass, a great tackle by Jordan Poyer here. Ball comes out at the end of the play, and look at this. One Mississippi. Terrel Bernard comes in, scoops it right up. This is about instincts, about having a knack for the football. You see how quick he reacts to that ball being out, coming in there and scooping it up. Another run by the Commanders here. Terrel Bernard is going to read it, see the hole once again. He reads that offensive line, defensive line so well, sits right into that hole, makes a great sound tackle on Gibson. Another run, Terrel Bernard getting his hat on 63 and tosses him to the ground. Another run by the Commanders. They're trying to pound the rock on us. Terrel Bernard comes in with a little swim move, getting off that offensive lineman and actually making a great tackle, pursuing to Brian Robinson. This is what we're saying, that relentless attitude, never giving up, always moving his feet. Look at him diving to get him. You can see how fluid he is in pass coverage here, reading the play very well. That receiver sits and then actually moves, and Terrel Bernard moves right along with him. Here's the fumble recovery by Terrel Bernard in pass coverage initially, sees that it's a screen, comes in. This is just instincts and feel. Actually tries to make a tackle, and Matt Milano runs into him. He falls to the ground, but still has eyes on the play. The ball comes out, and Terrel Bernard scoops it up. And here we're going to see Terrel Bernard just simply in pass coverage. Not a big play here by any means, but just look how much ground and how fluid he is in pass coverage here. I mean, he's already to the 50-yard line running alongside. Well, guys, I think that pretty much summarizes Terrel Bernard, TB, proving that he could blitz, that he can get sacks, that he can get fumble recoveries, that he's great in coverage. The all-purpose linebacker for the Buffalo Bills is officially here. Sean McDermott-led defense. This is perfect. This is exactly what the Buffalo Bills need from a middle linebacker. He fits the right recipe to win, and he fits the Buffalo Bills DNA. If you all enjoyed this video and you wanted to support me, it would mean the world if you hit like and subscribe to future content. I'm releasing videos daily, starting to go live multiple nights throughout the week and during game days. So I hope you guys consider joining me for this wild ride to potentially the Super Bowl. And go Bills.